Deepak Fertilisers in the spotlight with respect to the business restructuring. What are the fundraising plans? We've got Sailesh Mehta, who's the Chairman Managing Director, Deepak Fertilisers, joining in on the show. Good to have you on board. To begin with, you announced that demerger of the mining, chemicals and fertilizer business, which has led to positive synergies or will lead to positive synergies. Can you explain what exactly that could be and what kind of value unlocking you're looking at for your shareholders?
Sure. So just to give you a little background, Deepak Fertilizers, as you know, are in three different unique businesses: the fertilizer business, industrial chemicals, and mining chemicals. And over the last 40 years, with the solid operations experience, manufacturing, safety, health, environment, market, that has been the past. And all the three products have a beautiful alignment with the India growth story. So that's the background. Now, as a strategic shift, we have now come up with a transformative kind of an exercise based on three pillars. One is moving from commodity to holistic solutions or specialty. The second is this push from customer to consumer, meaning instead of focusing on the channels, it's focusing on the end consumer, and a shift from competitive pricing to value pricing. Now, the restructuring that we have done is going to be something that will be very strongly aligning with this strategic transformation that we have taken up. And each business, which is going to be focusing on commodity to specialty, is now going to be housed in a separate corporate entity. So that right from the organization structure, the competencies, reward recognition, right from the board right down to the lowest level, will be then focused on to the specific business and the strategic transformation initiative. So that's from the business strategy perspective. As far as from the investor perspective it goes, number one is that this will provide a far greater degree of focused visibility for each of the businesses. And the second is there would be also good matching of investor interest into a specific, I would say, business.
Give us few more details, the demerger timeline, plans of listing the subsidiary. What are the plans there?
So broadly, the time frame that we see, the NCLT time frame typically is anywhere from 6 to 9 months for the whole process. But when it is completed, the demerger actually is effective from 1st January 2022. So it is slightly retrospective. So from that stage onwards, we will be looking at this kind of a demerger. And broadly, as far as the listing part goes, currently all the capexes that we have taken up, the large ammonia project, the large mining chemical project, we have already completed the financial closure. But going forward, we will be having the platform of these entities, for listing and for the financial inclusions. So broadly, that's the kind of time frame.
Right. So what's the growth outlook for each business segment for, say, the next 2 to 3 years?
So broadly, we were somewhere in the range of one third. If one were to look at the last year's audited results, out of some 7,000 odd crores, around 35 to 40% has been the top line emerging out of the fertilizer business. And the balance 50-50 has been between industrial chemicals and mining chemicals. So going forward, we expect a similar kind of trend to continue.
So what is the status then of the ammonia plant that was expected to be commissioned around April, May of 2023?
Yes, it is in fact in a fast track, pre-commissioning stage. And we expect as, what we had shared April, May, we should be somewhere around, May, we should be in a position to commission the plant.
2022 saw a record rise in gas prices, and 2023 is going to be a year where gas prices will remain elevated. So what are the strategies you're looking at to offset the impact of high gas prices?
So what we have found today is while the gas prices have been, very, very high, so also have been the finished product ammonia prices. And with that, actually, the viability has further improved because the finished good pricing is, also very strong. But having said that, what we expect that both the gas prices and ammonia prices to subdue over the next, I would say year or 2 years. It should come back to some kind of normalcy. And with that, we remain quite confident of the viability of the project. In fact, it will provide good, attractive returns. So, and as far as gas tie-up goes, currently we are tied up for the initial needs of the project. And then we are looking at a combination of domestic gas, imported LNG. We are looking at possibilities of initially a short-term tie-up, maybe a 3-year kind of a thing. And then it is expected that for a longer period, that there would be far greater subduing of the gas prices, thanks to new LNG terminals and new sources. So from that point onwards, then we would be looking at a long-term gas tie-up. So we are looking at all possible options and a lot of choices available to us.
Right. Great to have you then. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today about Deepak Fertilizers.